Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome into round 9 of the 2025 MotoOption Supercross Championship live here on Start Your Systems TV. I'm your host, Kellen Brower. Solo tonight just for this week only because we are back next week with Andrew Wood in the booth. Excited for that, but what we're really excited about tonight is it's the first of 3 East-West showdowns in 2025. That is right. Indianapolis, only the 10th round of this championship, and we finally have the East and the West in the 250 class meeting up. So excited for that. Can't wait to see what happens tonight at Indianapolis, and also can't wait to see what is going to happen in this 450 championship fight because it has been incredible so far through 8 rounds of this championship. It doesn't get much better than Colby Eagland and Braden Carter, only separated by 1 point after last weekend's Daytona Supercross where Braden Carter picked up the win. But now we get a chance to see them dogfight here tonight in Indianapolis to get past our halfway point of the season. Great to have everyone with us. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the show so far. We're going to get to racing here in just a few moments. Waiting for qualifying times to load up on my screen here, and then I will show you guys what qualifying looked like tonight. And yes, I have already had a few of you guys talk about what happened last week with the internet and all that. Honestly, still don't really know. It seems to me that it was an issue with Streamlabs and not my internet specifically. I've done a lot of tests today to try to fix it, and I think we should be good to go. We're streaming on both Twitch and YouTube again tonight. So far, so good. So hopefully it stays that way and we don't have any issues along the way. But let's talk about qualifying, like I said, because this is where all the money is made in this championship here in MotoOption Supercross, and it is the 450 standings we'll start off by talking about tonight. Seth Shirley goes fastest at a 48.960. So earlier today I was theorizing low 50s for quali times, but these guys always find a way to do something insane, and a 48.9 goes fastest here with Seth Shirley. But then a 49.4, so about a half second back for Braden Carter, and a lot of guys in the 49 range. Carter, Balzer, Carr, Sullivan, Jackson, Parker, Siebold, Hubbard. 8 more guys behind that in the 49-second range. And then Colby Eagland just misses out at a 50.062. So pretty close times at the top. And I think that there's not going to be a lot of separation on this track here tonight because I think all the main lines are pretty well established. But we'll see if anybody can do something insane tonight. Let's talk about our 40th fastest qualifier time. Look at that. Our first week here this season where there's not 40 guys in the 450 class that have times. 39 of them ran a lap. So if you were able to get a time in, you would have made it. But that's mainly because, like I said, it is an East-West showdown. Let's talk about 250 West, qualifying first. And this is where the top 20 250 West riders will make it in, right into the heat race because there is a West heat race and an East heat race tonight, and then they combine for the LCQ and obviously combine for the main events. So that is how this goes, and that is Braden Tharp's fastest time at a 50.7 over Tyler Show's 51.4. We expect Tharp to be a force to be reckoned with here in this 250 East-West showdown, but obviously he's got them pretty well done and dusted in 250 West so far, even in qualifying tonight. And it looks like our cutoff time was Tom Quino's 52.945, just beating out Mark Honda's Feitosa. I'm trying to see, is there any big names going home early tonight? Not really championship-wise. Obviously, a few names we normally see, at least in the night show, they're not going in. And then 250 East, very close to the top. Cade Matherly, 51.1. Talon Zollers, 51.3. And last week's winner, Colin Allen, at a 51.3 as well. Matt Cromie, Emmett's son, Nicholas Langstrup. Johnny Padani back this week after serving his suspension at Daytona. Joseph Pilsner, Ben Nerona, and Alec Horn. Emmanuel Cepeda comes in as our points leader. He qualifies 12th, so has to use in subpar gate pick going into the heat race to try to make it through. But let's talk about said standings. Like I said, 450, it is insane at the top of the field. 1 point separating Carter and Eagland. This was an opportunity last week for Shirley, Sullivan, you name it, to pounce and close the gap down on Carter and Eagland, and then they went 1-2 at Daytona and pulled it back away. So now a full race distance between both of them, and Seth Shirley now running in third in the championship. Shirley also on a new team this week, JIBR.co. The ShopFreddy.com program unfortunately folded. I got a little insight on that will take you guys throughout the broadcast here this evening. But yeah, this 450 title fight is good, so you won't want to miss that main event later on. West, like I said, Braden Tharp's got this thing pretty well handled at 43 up on Rogan McIntosh, 44 up on Jed Holyhead. So he certainly will leave here as a points leader still. And really, he's trying to get it to the point where he can maybe even clinch this thing 2 rounds early if all else stays the same. And then East is a lot of fun. Emmanuel Cepeda up 1 on Cade Matherly, 7 on Dylan Dallaire. And then Ben Nerona and Johnny Padani, who have now both missed races, are still 4th and 5th in this championship, only 13 and 15 points back respectively. So it just goes to show, even missing races in this 250 divisional championship doesn't mean that it is over. These guys are coming back and trying to mix it up. I mean, even Colin Allen winning last week, he's only 15 back. He could get the ball rolling as well. So this East Championship, still a lot of fun. Really excited to see how it goes from here. So let's jump into the server and talk about this racetrack if I can. Looks like we are trying to get the website loaded so I can talk you guys through this racetrack. Also, shout out Bootsy29 for the subbing up on Prime over there. 5-month streak. I want to see, is this going to... Yeah, it's still going to do that stupid thing, isn't it? All right, well, we're going to go to our trusty windowed mode like this. And for you guys watching on display, that should look okay now. All right. Let's take you guys through this racetrack, and it is a doozy. Off the start here into turn number 1, it is a left-hand 180-degree corner, the length of the sideline to sideline of the football stadium, and it goes through all these tough blocks, which looks confusing, but obviously they're up after the start, and then you go over this little berm underneath the tunnel, and you're onto the racetrack. So let's take you guys around this racetrack. A couple different options, really through pretty much every rhythm section. We'll try to show them off a little bit here while they get UIDs grabbed. Triple in here, double right here into the tunnel jump right here, which you're going to want to scrub up nice and tidily, get down that backside and power across the start straight. And then a long sweeping left-handed sand section. Outside has a really nice berm built up already. And I'd imagine most people are going to tuck inside and get a berm built up there. Little wheelie option rolling over that to go triple. Out of this corner, you're going to want to triple in right here and land in that pocket so you can jump up onto that tabletop right there. It's really actually pretty tricky to get. Won't expect to get a lot of the 250 guys to be very consistent on that, but it's certainly going to be a line that the 450 guys will want to get consistently. The stereotypical 9 whoops, but peculiarly off of a big like single jump before it, so you have to check up and kind of scrub that single jump. Left-hand sweeper is the final corner of this one, and then a really tiny little double into the Supercross finish line jump, inside roller, and then you are back onto the racetrack. So certainly a very interesting track here. East-West showdown tonight, first of 3 this season, and so this is round 4 of East, round 7 of 250 West, right? Do I have that math correct? I think so. No, round 6 of 250 West and round 4 of 250 East. But all coming together for round 9 of MotoOption Supercross, which is why I said 10 earlier, because I did 6 plus 4, and would have had the math wrong anyway, because 6 and 4, well, no, that's right, I would have had it right. But anyway, we are very, very excited to bring you guys the action here in just a little bit, and there we go, finally got loaded up and ready to go. Looks like the UIDs have been grabbed, so now they put me on the gate. Now I get to show it off for all the fine people watching in the server. Yeah, how's everybody doing tonight? Good to see everyone hanging out in the chat, seeing you guys liking the intros. We obviously got to update a few of them now. Seth Surley changing teams, Braden Carter changing teams, Jeremy Siebold changing from privateer to being on a team. A lot of guys are changing teams, pretty much my life. I wish you guys could be involved in my DMs every single week, just because I log in end of the day and I go, oh, let's see what people have sent me for skins, even though they're supposed to send it on the forums. And every single time without fail, I've got like 20 to 25 new DMs of packs and updates, and I team hopped and now I'm over here and I didn't like those skins, so I went to this, and we have an update pack to the update pack for the update pack. Oh, and by the way, we've got 4K skins, and if you can download those, oh, whoops, sorry, those aren't supposed to be broadcasted. Here's a 2K pack. So yeah, it's all over the place. And yes, Emmanuel Cepeda changing to District 2, but to be honest, we don't do 250 opening ceremonies, so I don't really care that much when people team hop in 250s, but the established 450 guys team hopping is annoying, to be honest. I am doing well, Matt Edwards. Honestly, I am really super excited. I don't even know that I'm supposed to be able to talk about this just yet, but going to Indianapolis this weekend, as I normally do for working in the media. However, I think I get to ride the track this weekend at Indianapolis on Friday with one Hayden Deegan as a cool little promotional thing for something coming up. So bringing gear. I'm told that I'm getting on a bike, so stay tuned. You guys don't want to miss that. If you haven't followed us on social channels and stuff like that, we'll post a little bit of social stuff. There also will be a vlog coming at some point as well. So I don't even know if I'm supposed to talk about that, but just letting you guys who are the core fans here tune in and be involved a little bit. All right, 250 Heat 1 going to the gate. Let's get that graphic up for you guys. So in case you're watching, you guys know what we're looking at here. 250 Heat 1. I don't know what heat this is. This is the East Heat going first because I see Emmett Sund, Cade Matherly, Emmanuel Cepeda in this one. Zollers, Cromie, Horn, Snyder, Nygren, Nerona, Langstrup, Biquette, Dallaire, Padani, Colin Allen, Will Now, Riley Hewen, Pilsner, Jeff Cooper, you name it, they're here. And the 250 East action about to be hot and heavy. I'm doing swell, Fastline. Good to see you. And no, the Blair Mathis project did not end because of the DB drama. DB specifically asked Steve in our group chat if he could just have this week off. So we expect to be back next week, as far as I'm aware. I hope so. I mean, I certainly enjoy working with DB, and you know, it's a shitty situation with what's going on right now. I kind of knew a little bit about what was going on with that whole thing and what went on behind the scenes and all that. I don't know Ricky and Lee's side, so I feel like I can't really comment on what they say, but knowing DB and knowing his side of the story and kind of knowing what was going on at the time and kind of being sympathetic to him anyway, because I feel like I've been through that in my own workplace situations before. It sucks because he had a dream and he really wanted to pursue it, and in the end he got kind of shafted a little bit. So, but I think he's actually in a pretty good place now. I know mentally it's been a tough week for him, but I think that what he's doing for the sport is actually really big for the sport. It's not obviously doing what he dreamed of doing, but I think that he's going to be a big part of this sport for a long time to come still, and I'm excited to see what he does with SXU. So. All right, here we go, though. It is time to drop the gate here in the East-West showdown here at Indianapolis. We're starting off with the East Heat. 9 go through, but this is basically a main event. Let's find out who makes it as we're off and running. Looks like the 35 of Padani is going to get to the corner first. I see Matherly's got a terrible start, but he's going to come through in about 7th. Padani does pick up the whole shot. Austin Partolo to the outside, tries to take over the lead, and does. So it's Partolo, Padani, and up the inside making the pass right there. Dylan Dallaire shoots by into the race lead. What a nice move by the rider out of Canada on the Covenant Racing number 56. Wasting no time. He takes over the race lead. It's Partolo second. With Padani third, Snyder fourth, Colin Allen rounds out our top 5. And looks like Langstrup, Matherly, Cepeda. That is your order after that. It looks like Colin Allen may have gone down as this battle up front is getting feisty. Partolo wants to get the lead back. Hopping into the whoops, and Dallaire almost goes for a ride, has to go to the outside, and Partolo takes advantage. He's back out front. Outside line for Dallaire. Follows to the outside with Partolo. They're both going to step over this table. Look at the on-off option there for Johnny Padani as he's trying to move up into second place. Low lines up on Dallaire to go 2-3. Trying to get up alongside on the tunnel. He's going to get down that backside a little bit cleaner. Let's see if he uses the outside to his advantage. No, look at that. Dallaire shuts the door. And then Dallaire goes right after Partolo to get back into the race lead. He's up alongside of him. Look at this move by the 56. And a nice block pass to take it right back. Partolo cuts underneath to respond. Dallaire a little bit wayward through that rhythm section, but a nice job corralling it together. And he has got the race lead again. Partillo, Snyder, and Padani. This four-rider train out front is insane as Dallaire now hopping through the whoops again. Partillo looking inside, but not close enough. Snyder is hanging tough right with these guys. Keep you up to date on where our points leader is. Emmanuel Cepeda in 13th as down goes Maverick Snyder, just as he had ran a very good lap time. Matt Cromie goes by, as do a lot of other guys. Jackson Vick, Riley Hewen in there, or Emmett Sund, I should say, and he just went down. And there is your championship leader, Emmanuel Cepeda. Number 33 now on District Designs, because remember, Shop Freddy program closed up their doors this week. Sounds like the situation with that was the gear company that was associated with ShopFreddy.com had a little bit more promises about what they were planning on doing. Didn't work out that way, and a lot of the team members were looking to move on anyway, and Freddie Carlson, team owner, decided, that's totally fine. I understand the situation is not as originally stated, so the team ended up folding up. But Cepeda jumps over to District Designs, which is where all the champs seem to be going. Obviously, Carter's over there now. Tharp, points leader on the west, also has the red plate. And Cepeda now on east. It looks like they are the Star Racing Yamaha program a little bit. Right now, it is not going well for Cepeda. He is down in the 15th position, and he has got some work to do to get up to Riley Hewen here, who is in our final transfer spot. Man, I don't want to miss out on this lead battle, though. It's a good one. Dallaire and Partillo still nose to tail, and Dallaire is just not comfortable in the whoops tonight. I don't know what it is, either about his suspension or just the entry in which he's choosing to take right there, but it is not looking good. And I feel like Partillo, if he can get close, especially on that last lap, that's an opportunity for him. But right there, he's going to come up a little bit short on that tabletop. And now Dallaire's got a gap. So let's go back to our transfer position once again. Riley Hewen, Galaxy Milky Way backed Husqvarna, number 335. And there is Maverick Snyder back on the case, trying to close that gap down. So far, though, not going the way Cepeda had hoped at all in this heat race. He wanted to make it right in. Obviously had a good gate pick for the main event if possible, and this is one of those starts tonight where the gate pick could be crucial. A very tight left-hand 180-degree first turn, and not a lot of run-up to it. If it was a long start straight, you could think, maybe you start outside and swoop in and you can apex the corner and snag a hole shot, but you come from the far outside, you borderline almost have to time the gate to outstart everyone to the inside. And so for Cepeda's case right here, even if he is able to make it in, he's probably going to end up outside of the box, and not what he was hoping for. On the flip side, where is Cade Matherly? The number 25 machine now up into 5th place, just ahead of Ben Nerona. So Matherly, not a great start, but able to get moving pretty well early on in this one and get into the top 5. So looking at a semi-decent gate pick. Our leader was down. Dylan Dallaire down in the rhythm section, going the opposite lane there. Nerona goes by, Padani goes by, and Partillo goes by as Dallaire gets back on the case, going after Johnny Padani. Nerona's 38 machine is what's throwing me off. I keep assuming he is like 35 or 36. Looks like Padani just said, whatever, you can have it, Mr. Dallaire. I am perfectly accepting of 3rd place in this heat race. Austin Partillo is perfectly accepting of trying to win this heat race, so he's gone out at the front, 5.5 seconds in the race lead. Not sure why I don't have his pack. I downloaded a ton of district stuff last few days, but sorry, Mr. Partillo, just missed out on your skins, I suppose. Get back to him when he's about to take that checkered flag. So it looks like Snyder has moved into the final transfer spot, and last week's winner, Colin Allen, just went down. So now Cepeda is into 10th. First man out, trying to make his way in, and I think he is going to need some crashing. He's going to need some guys to go down up the road a little ways if he wants to go through. So Snyder must have gotten by someone who was in transfer and went down. I'm trying to see who was up there. Maybe was Antonio Vellotti up there? Snyder's off the track, though. That's a little bit of an off-track excursion, and that'll cost him some time on penalties post-race, perhaps. So we'll keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, keeping an eye on this guy. White flag out. And battled his way to get here in the first place, but has taken off with this thing in the final 2 laps. And here it is. Austin Partolo wins 250 East, heat number 1 here. Kick off the showdown. Dallaire goes to the main event. Oh, Padani gets absolutely shafted by Matt Cromie, who goes into 3rd. Cade Matherly's going to pick up 4th. Padani over the back of the berm gets passed by Nerona, Pilsner, Hewen, and looks like Snyder should be good to go. Yes, he is. He is through into 9th. Emmanuel Cepeda, your 250 East points leaders, headed to the last chance qualifier in the showdown. Last week's winner, Colin Allen, will join him. Talon Zollers, Antonio Vellotti, Emmett Sund, Will Now, Jeff Cooper, Alec Horn, Jonah Paquette, Nicholas Langstrup, Brandon Nygren, all going to the LCQ with him. Tough break for sure to see the points leader in it, but certainly sets up a dramatic situation coming up. Now, what is the Nexus St. Jude gear? Oh, that is actually really cool. I like the kids' drawings in the number. And then also on the helmet, too. Really nicely done. It is the St. Jude weekend, or race this weekend. Love Moto, Stop Cancer. So shout out to the boys at Feld for always coming together, making that happen every single year. But yeah, those Nexus kits, those are fire. That's good stuff. Thanks for the shout out to Luke Sheff letting us in on that. Saucy That FN says, Kellen, I'm on go mode. Where are the Huz at? I don't know who's the Huz, but it's just me tonight, buddy. I don't know who you need. 250 Heat 2 coming up, which is our West Heat race. Jax Lindsay, Evan Holt, Timmy Briscoe, Cole Betts, White Grant, Chelsea, Schiabro, Pinkerton, Woods, Vic, Johnsmeyer, Travis Johnsmeyer in this one apparently, Joey Carter, Zimmerman, Holyhead, Spies, Quino, Show, Tharp, Vanderkoy, and Stevenson. We've definitely got to check out Joey Carter's kit. And yes, Fastline, this is a showdown. The reason Awood has not been here much this year is just like me, he works a real job, and his hours vary. Oftentimes, he has to work Wednesday nights, which is unfortunate. In the past, he was able to pretty easily get Wednesday off, but this year, not so much. He did tell me, though, earlier this week that he is in for the next 2 rounds after this on the 19th and 25th, which, by the way, I guess I should say this now. Off week coming up next after Indianapolis Supercross in this game and real life. There is an off weekend before the Birmingham Supercross. So you will not see us live here next Wednesday because there is an off week coming. So just beware. Little programming alert there. But then we'll be back, obviously, after that, the final 8 rounds of 2025, kicking off at Birmingham on March 19th. March 19th, 2025. Also, want to give a huge happy birthday to my brother, Sean, who is turning 40 today. Happy 40th birthday to Sean. Hope he's having a fantastic night with his boys. Whoops, I just did not mean to disconnect and reconnect, but that's okay. We're back in, and we are ready to go racing here. 250 West Heat race of the showdown. Let's get it here in Indy. 18 machine of Hayden Stevenson's going to try to get there first, and he will lead them out. Looks like the 13 of Evan Holt is right there. Jet Holyhead being pushed a little bit wide as Stevenson leads the race. Cole Betts moves up into second. Chelsea third. Jax Lindsay fourth, and Jake Spies rounds out the top 5. It's like Tharp in about 10th. Keeping an eye on the points leader situation. Look at the split lines in the sand, seeing where everyone's going early on in this race. Oh, Chelsea! Ryan Cheesecake Chelsea through the front door out of second. Must have hit that kicker all wrong trying to wheelie over that single jump. And now a massive lead for Hayden Stevenson out front. Bouncing through the whoops a little bit though. Nice job corralling that together. Cole Betts and Jax Lindsay going at it for P2. And a lot of change-up just happened right there with some guys going down. Looks like Tharp may have also been involved in some of that crashing. He's back to 15th place. Your points leader here in 250 West. So Betts getting away just a little bit as Stevenson continues to lead. Jax Lindsay now feeling the pressure from Jake Spieth. Around the outside, back to the inside for Spieth, trying to get both of them. Lands almost on Jax Lindsay, and then can't get the triple right there, so that's to check up. He's going to lose almost 3 positions, but puts a nice block pass on Wyatt Grant, who's jumped over to the Impact Honda program. Look at Spieth working on Cole Betts here. And these two look like teammates, but I don't believe they are. I think Cole Betts is on SpaceX there, and Spieth, who's going down on District Designs. And, Spieth is going to hate that because he's going to watch so many riders go by right now. Going to get up just in front of the 93 of Timmy Briscoe, so he's just outside the top 10. Meanwhile, Joey Carter has gone into the final transfer spot right behind Jax Lindsay. Look at this kid. My, oh my, Dr. Do. I love it, man. He's got the puzzle board pattern. He's got Do written out in little kids' blocks on the gear. And this thing just absolutely stands out among the rest, which is some good stuff for sure. I like the Dr. Do kits. I know some people don't really love like really chaotic looking gear, but I think they bring the fire for sure. And I'll tell you what's bringing the fire is this battle for the final transfer spot, man. It is insane. Joey Carter's in the middle of it. He's in 9th, trying to shoot by into 8th, but not going to get it done just yet, as jumping right next to him there on the 142 is Travis Johnsmeyer. Oh, and Johnsmeyer is going down. Jake Spieth going to move into the final transfer spot right there on the 54, but Briscoe is hot on his heels trying to get up in there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Chaos and a half and a huge amount of position changes. So let's reset. It looks like Briscoe moves into 8th. Spieth stays in 9th as Holyhead drops out to 10th. But he's actually back in because I think Tucker Zimmerman may have been down. Yes, Tucker Zimmerman was down. Yes. XAEXI122 on Twitch wants to know, are we doing the tags again tonight? Are you guys going to show me where you're watching from and how on the SYS Insta account? We did that a couple weeks ago, didn't we? That was a lot of fun. Some classic stuff showing up there. Yeah, but I mean, do we want to do what you guys are watching on again, or should we do some other kind of fun challenge? Should we do like show us your moto memorabilia that you're watching the race with or something? Like you got a jersey on the wall next to you? You got a helmet hung up in the room? That kind of stuff? Or what we're drinking? Saru thinks what we're drinking. Be kind of cool. I definitely am not RCing A-Wood out of the booth. I wish he was here with me right now. And speaking of drinking, we would probably be boozing up. I'll tell you that much. Here's Tharp, though, through the sand section. And right now he is in 13th place, so he has got some work to do. Good news for him. He's got some guys right in front of him. He's going to shoot into 12th. He's trying to get this Suzuki here of Tom Quinault, and now he slides out and loses 2 more spots. We don't want to see Troy's foot again. I'm not trying to end up on WikiFeet for all of my fans over here. But shout out to Troy. Honestly, Troy Jan absolutely crushing it lately. Seriously. Massive credit to him. He's certainly found the right ticket to moto gaming content. I saw he, I think, caught Wyndham in subscribers this week, or is pretty much right on him. So in terms of the biggest moto gamer YouTubers, he's about to move into P1, passed all of us up. I've been sitting second for a long-ass time, and then he moved me to 3rd, and now I'm a deep, comfortable 3rd. Tharp able to move his way into 11th now, so he's working his way forward. But is it too little too late? He's got to go get Timmy Briscoe here in this final transfer spot. But Briscoe, he's all over Tucker Zimmerman. And there's absolutely a freight train of riders right here. Oh, and a rider down, that's Zimmerman. That will be a free spot for Tharp. He's going to go into 10th. He's got to run down Jet Holyhead to make it into the final transfer spot. White flag will come out this time by for race leader Hayden Stevenson. In fact, it should just about to be waving. Top right corner of your screen. Should see the white flag as Tharp gets sideways. Holyhead got sideways too. The white flag waves out front as Tharp wheelies in. Oh man, this could be disastrous. Could you imagine both District Design's points leaders in the 250 class finishing 10th in their heat races and not making it in? Be absolutely detrimental for both of them. But you can see Tharp, man, he is throwing caution to the wind. White flag in the air for Tharp to run down Jet Holyhead here on this last lap, or anybody else that perhaps has a mistake in them. Holyhead does have a mistake. Want to give credit where credit is due to Hayden Stevenson, but we're going to watch this transfer spot battle because it's getting good. Timmy Briscoe is sitting right in front of him. Who's that getting back on the track? That's Jackson Vick, who missed the tunnel, I think, to get into this battle. He went around the tunnel as Stevenson takes the win out front. Tharp's got 2 turns left to get this done. I think it's going to come down to the whoops. Oh, he's short on the triple in, and he's down. Tharp is down. He is definitely LCQ bound at this point. So now, does Holyhead hang on, or is Jackson Vick going to go for it? Briscoe is down, and so is Joey Carter. Joey Carter also down, and he's going to get up and get taken out by Quinault, who goes into the final transfer spot from 12th to 9th on the final lap. Briscoe, Joey Carter, Travis Johnsmeyer, Tharp, Chelsea Holt, Pinkerton, Cash Woods, Jeremy Schiabro, Evan Vanderkoy, Tucker Zimmerman, all going to the LCQ as well. Insane LCQ coming up. Tyler Show just jumped a bunch of spots to get second in that one. And the winner, of course, like we said, Hayden Stevenson, Nexus Kawasaki getting the job done. But I cannot believe Braden Tharp is going to the last chance qualifier tonight. Both red plate holders in the 250 class are headed to the LCQ. Insane. All right, let's come to a conclusion here. What are we having you guys send us on the IG DMs right now? Are we doing memorabilia, drinks, snacks? What are you guys snacking on tonight? Honestly, I wish to some degree this was on Steam. This game was on Steam because I want to have you guys do a little litmus test one time and have you send us how many hours you have into the game that we're streaming. Obviously tonight you can't with Sim because there's no way of tracking that. But yeah. Bikes hours. I'm at like 500 something hours in bikes now, which is a lot, but it's also not a lot as much as some of you guys who absolutely just put in the time. Okay, we got a couple votes for drinks. $800 hours on bikes. Yeah, that's crazy. 450 Heat 1 coming up. If you're just now joining us and you missed those 250 heat races, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to be in for one hell of a aesthetic in the last chance qualifier when we get to it here in a few moments. But the 450 heat is out there right now. All right, here's the deal. Most people have been saying drinks. So go ahead and show me what y'all are drinking here tonight. Even if it's water, if it's a Sprite, if it's a gin and tonic, whatever you got going, let's send the drinks in. Cheers in front of the broadcast, and then tag us in your Instagram story, and we will repost to you guys. Love that engagement with you guys. It's fun to share the stories and see where you're watching tonight. It reminds me of when Supercross used to be. Where are you watching? And people would bring their bikes into the living room and all that stuff. It was funny times. All right, here we go. 450 Heat 1 ready to go. This is a stacked one as well. Carter, Eaglin, Leclerc, Seth Carr, Jeremy Seebold, all in this one. Up the inside it is the champ, Braden Carter, who gets the whole shot. Tanner Rogers in second right behind him. Eaglin third. Eaglin trying to shoot into second and actually trying to shoot into the lead. Colby Eaglin to the front. And the championship combatants won 1 and 2 here in this heat race. Eaglin, who is 1 point down on new teammate and championship points leader Braden Carter, goes to the front here and slides out. Pirouettes in the sand. Loses the lead and goes back to about 6th. It's like Leclerc is going to pull up alongside of him and push him back to 7th. Leclerc almost going 4 right there, and he went down. Xander Brion also went down right there as well. A lot of guys getting hung up in all this chaos as Mr. Carter goes to the race lead now. So Carter leads on to lap number 2, the first full lap in the books. Fight for second place going on. John Heilman versus Seth Carr. And Seth Carr, really odd season so far for Seth Carr. He's had main events that he's straight up missed. He's also missed races entirely. His house was being evacuated at the opening round of the season due to the LA fires. It goes down here in the heat race, but he also won the San Diego Supercross, his first ever 450 main event victory. And since then has kind of been non-existent. I don't even think he's been on the box since then, as a ton of guys go by and he slips back to 11th. So now it is Mr. Jeremy Seebold in the transfer spot here on the 10. Our winner 2 weeks ago in Arlington at the Triple Crown. And he's going to shoot down the inside to move by Frank Jackson. A nice pass there by Jeremy Seebold. And Frank Jackson goes back to the bubble spot. Actually back to 8th, I should say. Seth Carr now finds himself in the 9 spot. Good Carr, that on-off quad. These are some of the difference in lines that we're going to see from the 450 guys, because they're able to pop a few things that I don't think the 250 guys were as consistent with. Evan Davis in a fight here with Tanner Rogers up the inside. Alex Heckman also off to a good start in this one. Good to see Heckman up in the fight. Both of my boys, the Heckman Productions SYS Racing Yamaha team, in this heat race. Ethan Parks also here as D. Davis crosses up in front of Heckman, and Heckman comes up short and falls down. Davis gets the ball rolling again as Seebold now trying to pull up alongside, and Davis goes down. Wow, very lucky guys missed him right there, and it looks like he caught Heckman again. Unfortunate. But man, a lot of guys going many different directions right there through the whoops as, getting hung up. Seth Carr runs into the back of his teammate Seebold. There is Colby Eaglin. It's like a District Designs advertisement out there right now. There's so many of these District Designs KTMs, including our race leader, of course, Braden Carter on one. Oh yeah, I see you guys. The stories are flowing in. I'll jump in after this heat race and repost all those stories. Instagram is just getting lit up. You can feel it on my Apple Watch, is where I just am getting pinged non-stop right now. So back out front to the leader, Mr. Braden Carter, 3.5 minutes into this race, and he is gone. I don't know what happened, but something has awakened in the 4-time champ. Was not very good at the Triple Crown in Arlington. And as he put it, switched over to the District Designs team because he no longer could look at his gas front fender. Just didn't like it anymore. Needed to go to a different team. And joined up on the KTM ride with District Designs over here. And then won last week at Daytona. And looks as good as maybe ever right now. On form once again. And this is bad news if you're Colby Eaglin to see where he's at. Step on, step off quad though. Figured that would be a line for the 450 guys that they would be frequenting because it's fast. You just stay low to the ground. Whereas this one you go over, you pop, then you have to jump all the way onto this one, or you're in the air a long time. Good fight here brewing for third. Ash Deering, John Heilman, and the 10 machine, I believe that is, of Jeremy Seebold. Right there inside the top 5. Heilman pokes a nose on the inside of Deering. Meanwhile, Seebold goes up the inside trying to get by Heilman. So the splitting lines in the sand there. Cool to see the way that these things are working out so far. Right now, Jeremy Smith Alonso is not keeping his number. You need 100 points to retain a career number, and JS4 has only got 3 points this year, I think. So he's got to make a comeback in the later stages of Supercross and Motocross and get some points going. See, Heilman shows you the difference in lines right there. Seabolt went alternate route over, and Heilman step on, step off quad. Just a tiny fragment in difference right there, but he did even it up just a little bit closer to Deering and got away from Seabolt a little bit in the process. And these guys can almost jump all the way over that start straight from that outside line. That's how much momentum they're carrying through that corner. Waiting for something to happen. Might be happening right here. Look at Heilman. Big scrub in front of Seabolt. White flag waving for Mr. Carter out front. And Deering looks like he just got sideways. These guys are checking up to not hit him. Heilman does and loses 2 positions. Eaglin goes by, as does Seabolt. It's a District Designs 1, 3, 4 right now on the racetrack. And the teammates fighting it out right now for 3rd place and get into each other. And I don't know how Seabolt went down and Eaglin did not. Speaking of going down, looks like Carter just hit the deck at the end of this rhythm section, as Tanner Rogers will close it up a little bit more. Down to about 8 seconds, but otherwise a pretty flawless heat for Braden Carter to kick off the night here in Indianapolis. And a night where he needs yet another win to distance himself in the championship. He's going to win 450 heat number 1 to get off on the right foot. So nicely done to Carter. Rogers P2 for him, a solid performance. And Eaglin claws all the way back to 3rd by the end of this one. Oh, no, excuse me. It's going to be 4th. Through the rut in the final corner, Heilman goes by. Eaglin 4th. Jackson 5th. Leclerc 6th. Deering 7th. Seabolt 8th. And looks like Hollenbeck should hold on for 9th here as long as he makes it through the whoops clean. And he does. Devin Davis is trying to Hail Mary. The whoops on the final lap, and he's in a dogfight right there with the 73. Whoa, gets teed up a little bit by Pachon and then stays on 2 wheels. Adam Holm, Ethan Parks, Joey Rico, Chase Blakely, Seth Carr, Race Coble, Alex Ekman, Sam Weigman, and Xander Brion are headed to the last chance qualifier. And for the first time in a long time, I think I had everybody's skins in this heat race. So shout out to the boys keeping me in check. How did I manage to be a sim pro and get married? It was really easy. I met my wife in high school before I started playing sim. So she's just like, yep. He's a nerd now, but I already love him, so what are you going to do? I got a DM of someone just sent me that they're drinking on... Is that an airplane? Someone's watching this on an airplane? It looks like an airplane. Cody Akers watching. Let's see, we got Back Marker... What is his full name? Back Marker Break Room. Decided to take a break from the Red Dye 40 Dew tonight for a more classy beverage. He's got Dr. Pepper and cream soda. Honestly, that looks absolutely fire. Repost that story. What else we got? TJ Smith watching some sim racing with his Mott's 100% apple juice. Solid decision as well. I like the apple juice choice. All right, we got more coming in. Chase Black Racing. My guy over there. It's got a water jug. Like just a massive jug too. Like that thing is not small. Watching the racing tonight. Thank you, Chase. Appreciate the support. Looks like Jordan Newton having some Gatorade Zero Sugar, the Glacier Cherry flavor. I don't know if I've had that flavor before. Is it good? Anyone who's had it before? You guys want to let me know? 450 Heat 2 coming up. I'm going to keep reposting these, though, as we get ready to drop the gate. Reed249 didn't tag me in a story. He just sent me a DM. Says he's got some Zen alkaline water. Nice. Buns.inconsistent. Oh, boy. Watching and playing tonight, fun race so far. He's holding a PlayStation controller with his feet. Knew it would be a matter of time before we got the feet picks blowing in. And certainly did not disappoint. All right, we'll get to a couple more of those DMs after this heat race. Final heat race of the night. It's 450 heat number 2 coming at you. T-Lang, Luke Sullivan, Jacob Hubbard, Rasmus Balzer, Seth Shirley, just to name a few. As we fire into turn number 1, no surprise whatsoever. Jacob Hubbard leads them in, but doesn't lead them out. Rasmus Balzer picks up the whole shot in this one. So Balzer to the front, Hubbard second, Butigny third, and a crash there going into turn number 2. Looks like a JIBR.co bike. It is. It is T-Lang, and his teammate Seth Shirley is way back here with him. So T-Lang and Shirley, they are 12th and 13th respectively on the opening lap of this one as we go back to the front. And the Rapid Dane Rasmus Balzer is out front here again. Cody Akers watching on an airplane. That is honestly so sick. I F hard with that. That is rad that someone's tuned in on an airplane. So Balzer leads at the end of lap number 1. Hubbard, Butigny, Sullivan, and Hall the top 5. And Hubbard's trying the alternate on-off quad. Balzer goes down and going to go back to about 5th. Well, it turns back into 3rd, and then Sullivan lays him out as he and Caleb Hall got together, so it ends up being 5th anyway. Ethan Gerst goes by. Logan Leitzel also goes on through. As Butigny moves into 2nd, Hubbard now our race leader. Maybe not for long. Enzo Butigny, the impact rider. Oh, barrel rolls. Do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll. And Logan Leitzel shoots up into the 2 spot now because of that. One up him with an airplane stream. I mean, I'm getting on a plane going to Indy tomorrow, but I don't know. Even with solid internet, which I would not call Southwest Wi-Fi very good internet, it'd be pretty hard to stream from up there. I feel like that's illegal too, isn't it? You can watch movies and stuff, but can you stream while on an airplane? Have people done this? I don't even know. Oh man, Logan Leitzel getting double teamed right there. Balzer shoots on by with Butigny. It's a Euro invasion. As Hubbard pulls out to a 5-second lead, and these 3, I should say, going at it for 3rd. Balzer getting the pass done now on Butigny as Leitzel also shoots by, back into 3rd place. Ooh, that was close right there. Butigny tried to chop the line off, and Leitzel, I mean, he was trying to run him high, but elected to just follow in line with him. So fair racing for sure. Now Butigny makes a big mistake, and Leitzel does indeed shoot by. Wow, Rasmus Balzer, 50.6 here in race trim. Cooking right now. There's Butigny trying to get the pass back on Leitzel. Very respectful. Low lines the corner, 2-3. And Leitzel gets the advantage back on him now. Look at this fight, man. It just won't end. Butigny now funnels back in line right behind Leitzel once again. Triple out of this corner, triple onto the table. They both get it cleanly. And the scrub to death. Oh, Butigny into the Steve Mathis Memorial nets. He's on the other side of the racetrack. Oh, and he tries to rejoin and tire taps someone's head. That's going to be an unsafe tracker entry. As Luke Sully now goes into 4th. Bilar is now 5th. Bodie Parker 6th, Gerst 7th, Seth Shirley's climbed all the way to 8th, and Butigny, incredibly after all that, is still in P9. J.R. Reyes is about 3 seconds back of him in 10th, and yes, that is the J.R. Reyes, who races professionally. What's up, my dudes? In P10 right now, Spencer Turley with the rebound of all reboundy suspensions. I swear, every time I watch this dude seatbound something, the way that the shock rebounds and allows the tire to go all the way back to full spring is insane. I don't know if his spring rate is super high or what the deal is, but I feel like his seat bounces are ridiculous looking sometimes. Back to 11th, though, behind Reed Young. We get him right back, though. Reed Young, a mistake. So Turley's got to go get Enzo Buttigni if he can manage it in this one. Well, look at this fight right here. Seth Shirley trying to get a pass done on Ethan Gurst. Here comes Buttigni. 4 riders here, and there is Shirley making that pass. Next up for him, the 67 of Larson. As Buttigni on the tunnel jump gets the move to the outside of Gurst and makes the pass. Then Shirley slides out, goes right back to 9th. Fortunately, these guys have enough of a gap back to 10th not to lose a transfer spot. As Buttigni makes a pass on B-Lars as well. So B-Lars now in 8th. Shirley trying to close that gap down as they're still fighting it out with Ethan Gurst. Say 3-rider battle 7, 8, 9 on your screen. And really just watching this to keep an eye on if any funny business happens with these gentlemen, because obviously Spencer Turley's back there in the 10 spot hoping to get in. And speaking of funny business, almost contact there. Shirley with B-Lars getting back on the track. That was, tight. And now B-Lars jumps off the track. I see your guys' questions. I will answer them, I promise, in between the race here. Just trying to call the race. And then I'll be sure to get to your guys' questions in just a minute here. This race is good, and white flag is coming out for... Actually, we got a change up front. Speaking of a good race, white flag in the air. Luke Sullivan is in the race lead. So Hubbard has warmed his arm up and thrown this thing away. But Sully's making a big mistake. Here's Logan Leitzel, who lands on him, and Hubbard goes back to the lead. And now Balzer yard sails out of 4th. So Leitzel was just about to go to the lead and then goes down. Bodie Parker goes through, and Balzer picks it up in 5th. So now Hubbard, who crashed away the lead, is trying to hold on here with 3 corners still to go. Triple. Checks up not to do the big line, and Sully doesn't get it either, so should be Hubbard's for the taking here into the whoops on the final lap. Right up on top of those puppies and through cleanly. Jacob Hubbard takes 450 heat number 2. Luke Sullivan follows him home 2nd. Logan Leitzel 3rd. Bodie Parker 4th. Buttigni got all the way back to 5th. Balzer 6th. Shirley 7th. Yes, Gurst 8th. And B-Lars does hold on for 9th. So P9 for Brandon Larson. He goes through to the main event. Spencer Turley is headed to the last chance qualifier. He'll be joined by Braden Castellaneta, Tyler Lang, Caleb Hall, D. Mills, Hayden Speck, Reed Young, J.R. Reyes, Reno Brennan, Nick Niles, and Jack Haley. Wait for Mr. Brennan to finish this one up. All right, so let me answer some questions here that you guys just had for me in chat. I'll quickly answer the SX25 videos before launch. As I mentioned in pre-race, I don't even know if I'm supposed to talk about it, but this weekend at Indianapolis, we're having an influencer event of some kind. I think I get to ride the track in Indy a little bit and do so with Hayden Deegan. I don't really understand what that is, but they told me to bring gear, so I've got a whole set of Alpine Stars gear that the boys at Alpine Stars are hooking me up with this weekend, so excited for that. And we don't get to record gameplay this weekend, but we do get to vlog the weekend, and you guys will see that at a later date. And then I believe we will have a little bit of pre-gameplay before launch, so we'll also be able to show. I also have a upcoming interview with the developers that I can share with you guys soon. I'm going to cut it into a few parts so that we have different parts to talk about. But yes, there is SX25 content coming soon, I promise. On to the DB situation. I talked about it at the beginning of the show. I don't know Ricky's side. I don't know Lee's side, so I'm not going to comment on them. But I do know pretty much DB's side even before he told the story, and it sucks, honestly. Being somewhat in his shoes a little bit in that I really also wanted to be on the broadcast team one day. And when I chose to leave Racer X, I also chose, in my opinion, to give that up because my connection to the broadcast was Racer X and working for Davey Coombs and being able to spot for TV and announce at Loretta's and stuff like that I had done before. That's all gone. I chose instead a career path where I just wanted to be a good journalist. And so DB talked a little bit about that when he chose to leave as well, and I sympathize 100% with him. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know the full story, I do believe DB and his side of the situation, and I think it's, shitty if that's entirely the truth. I, like many of you, wish that it was DB in the booth. I think he is the best, or Weege is the best, and then DB's right there with them, and I think that they would make a great team together. So I'm bummed that we're not going to be able to see that now, because certainly with the way that he went about this, he's definitely never going to have that opportunity again. But yeah, I mean, it's a bummer deal. I feel for him. I'm obviously good friends with him, and as a friend, I just want to be there to kind of support him in this time. Like, I don't really want to make matters worse for him and go throw a bunch of shit against the wall and try to find out more of the story and stuff like that. I just believe him, and that's that. And I'm a race reporter at the races, so I try not to dig into drama like this because it's not about the racing. But for DB's side, as a friend, I definitely feel for him in this situation. So that's my side of it. I know some people maybe want me to lay into the broadcast and all this stuff like that, but to be honest, I genuinely don't really even watch the broadcast anymore because I'm almost always at the race, and if I'm not at the race, I mute it. So I don't know. I don't know how good or bad Ricky is. I know you guys don't like him, but that is that whole side of the story. All right, let's get into this last chance qualifier, which is about to be insane. Both championship leaders are in this LCQ. Manuel Cepeda and Braden Tharp both have to make it out of this one. Where is Tharp? He's up on the inside. Let's see who makes it through. Top 4 go into the main event for the East-West Showdown. Not a great start for Tharp, but he gets nicely on the brakes and comes through in about second or third. Pretty good start for him. I see Cepeda, though, is buried. So a buried position there for Emmanuel Cepeda as Joey Carter comes out with the race lead. So Joey Carter leads, Braden Tharp in second, Pinkerton third, and Colin Allen in fourth. Cepeda looks to be in about 10th off the start of this one. Ooh, Pinkerton almost went over the bars. Trying to block Colin Allen from making a pass. But Allen's going to be too strong here, and he's also on some McDonald's internet as he lags through the jumps. So Allen goes by. Pinkerton slips back into the 4 spot for now. Still Joey Carter leading. Still Tharp in second. Where is Emmanuel Cepeda? He is in about 11th right now. Well, I don't want to fix my live timing here, so you're not going to hear any noise for just a second, but let me fix that. And yes, Cepeda is actually in 12th. So this 250 East Championship is insane. We have had every single week thus far that someone has held the red plate, they have not made the main event that they hold the red plate in. And that might be the case for Cepeda again tonight, because he needs some serious luck to fall his way from a 12th place position on the track right now, and it's about to get worse as he goes down. Not off the bike, though, crucially. It's like Joey Carter just went down from the lead. Tough break for Joey Carter. Trying to get it spun around and not get collected in more melee. That does put Tharp out front. So Tharp leads from Pinkerton, Allen, and now Alec Horn, with Jeff Cooper knocking on the door. And, I mean, remember, most of these guys that are in this fight right here are borderline, if not top 10 staples in their respective coast. Because now this is the first time East and West has been combined all season long, and it's in a last chance qualifier. And it's a bunch of guys that are, yeah, like I said, anywhere from 5th to 15th every week. So look at this, Horn, Evan Holt right there as well, Talon Zollers in 7th. And Jeff Cooper and Colin Allen, looks like they exchange positions. Colin Allen is down. The Daytona Supercross winner down after the whoops. He's going to go back to about 7th spot, get up just in front of Jonah Paquette. And for those of you keeping tabs on Emmanuel Cepeda, he is... Where is he? Is he even in this race still? Yeah, sorry, he is 9th. He's just at the back of this group. Now I see him. Didn't see him before. So actually, Alec Horn here in the final transfer spot. Cepeda is only about a straightaway behind him. So some stuff goes on up here. You never know. And down goes Jeff Cooper. And he almost took Horn with him. So Cooper goes from third to out of a transfer spot and takes a couple guys with him. Cepeda's trying to shoot the gap. Unbelievable. Oh, and he's down. He had just moved into 7th and goes down, launching to flat before this berm here. And he's stuck on the Davalos bales, cuts down out of the corner, and legs again on the inside barrier. Oh, Cepeda. It was almost going to happen, and now it is almost guaranteed not to, as he slips all the way back to 13th again. Unreal. Unreal change of events right there. Meanwhile, this man up front, Tharp, has done pretty much exactly what he needed to do in this last chance qualifier. A steady start. He didn't hole shot. Could have went for it. But a steady start to the race. And got into the race lead, and thus far has taken off. He's going to get 2 to go this time by, because time certainly will expire before he gets back around. Ryan Pinkerton still second. Zollers down in third at the end of the whoops. Cash Woods goes by. Here comes a host of other guys. Evan Holt leads the train. So Holtzy leads through from Alec Horn. This is your transfer spot battle right here. Oh, Holtzy down. Oh my goodness, and Horn lands on him. Going into the final spot now again is Talon Zollers. Wow. Nobody wants it. Zollers 18 seconds off the lead now. Alec Horn goes back to work. Colin Allen's up here again. Nygren, Schiabro, Holt, Jonah Baquette, Evmoof, and then Cepeda. Oh, Horn going down. No. Colin Allen shoots by. And now Colin Allen's going to try to run down Talon Zollers here in the late stages as the white flag waves for Braden Tharp up front. Oh, Allen laid into that corner, got sideways, and now he's side by side with Horn. Oh, I think they actually touched in midair. Wow. I don't know how Colin Allen doesn't get front end lock right there. But Alec Horn is on a charge now as well. And Tharp is gone at the front. He's going to win this last chance qualifier, but the transfer spot battle is not over yet, as Zollers is trying to just coast this thing home in a comfortable 4th, but these two get together behind him, and that's going to help his case. Meanwhile, Tharp goes to the main. He wins the LCQ. Ryan Pinkerton joins him in 2nd. Cash Woods, who won a race earlier this year back in Arlington, looks like he's going to go through in 3rd. And Zollers has just got to make it through the whoops cleanly. And he does. Talon Zollers joins him to go into the East-West showdown here tonight. Zollers is through. Schiabro is out. Nygren is out. Horn is out. Vanderkoy, Holt, Colin Allen, and your 250 East points leader, Emmanuel Cepeda. So let me take you guys through this. Ben Nerona wins the opening round of 250 East. The next week in Detroit, misses the main event straight up. Bad heat race, bad LCQ, sits out the main event after that. Okay, so Johnny Padani wins the main event in Detroit. The next week after that, Padani, in an incident in the 450 main at Arlington, gets himself suspended for Daytona. So while holding the red plate, Johnny Padani sits on the sidelines. Doesn't race the race. So Colin Allen wins the main event in Daytona, but Emmanuel Cepeda gets on the box again and takes over the championship lead. Comes into the East-West showdown here tonight in Indianapolis, and wouldn't you know it, the 3rd round in a row, the red plate holder in the East class misses or just straight up is not in the main event. Wow. Unbelievable. Can't believe it. Inverted Relic says Talon Zollers is supposed to be banned right now. I don't host the race, so please take that up with Tyler Lang and Jeremy Cohenauer. I don't know what or who is supposed to be banned right now. Ooh, I like Kimmy Zin's drink right now. That's a good drink of choice. I'm not going to explain it to you guys. We'll just let him just let him have that. Brock Williams, what's he got going on here tonight? What is that? He has got a bowl of ice cream. I think that's some cookies and cream ice cream. Great combo on a Wednesday night. I dig it. His bowl says Brock as well, so letting himself know who he is. Who else we got here? So we got the Brock Williams story. That's a nice one right there. And let's see. Who is this? Who is this? Profile doesn't have a name. Lee Simon. Lee Simon, what's he got? He is drinking orange juice. Watch and start your systems with my juice and massive hammer. Okay, so someone explained to me when I posted something on TikTok a couple weeks back with the word massive in it, and then everyone commented massive, massive, massive. What am I missing? What is this massive thing from? Some other meme thing that us old ass heads don't keep up with on a regular basis? Don't know what it means. West Anthony Moya. What's he got? Damn, that's quite the setup, Anthony Moya. I like that. That's good stuff right there. Shout out to you and yours. All right. 450 last chance qualifier coming up right here, people. Again, 4 riders go through to the main event. Everyone else is headed home early, and then we'll move to our main events. It's time for the LCQ here in Indy. Tyler Lang and Adam Holm banging bars into the first corner, and Lang goes deep. So Adam Holm comes out with the Holy. Just look up Ninja Low Taper Fade. Nope, not going to do that. That is going to be a nope for me, dog. Adam Holm leads from Seth Carr. Anthony Pachone putting the pass on Ethan Parks right there. So Parks in a 4th place start. He's also got T-Lang right behind him. So the front 4 working on getting away a little bit. T-Lang trying to defend from Xander Brion. And now Parks off rhythm right there, and these guys shoot right by him. That line is so fast. Oh, Parks down. It's hung up on the rear tire of Brion as Lang now sits in a transfer spot. Need a Spencer Turley update for those people in the Chickadee chat room. He is in 10th. It's always confusing because Turley always runs number 125. He's trying to be like Mike Alessi and be grandfathered in with the 3-digit, but he is actually national number 55, which he actually does run in-game. It's just his skin is 125. Anyway, we got some chaos going on right now. Seth Carr leads now from Pachone, Brion, Holm, and Lang with Jack Haley right there as well. So 5 riders going for 3 spots on your screen right now. Look at this fight, man. This is insane as Lang jumps off the track. Oh, Holm lays out Jack Haley. And that was a transfer spot exchange as well. So Lang gets it back. And did Haley's game just crash? No shot. Or did he disconnect? Oh, he disconnected. And then immediately a ban Adam for an aggressive block pass. All right. Adam Holm back in the transfer spot again now. T-Lang up into 3rd as Seth Carr has drifted back to 5th. Where's Seth Carr trying to make a pass stick here on Mr. Adam Holm? So far matching each other just a little bit. Holm slightly long on that triple into the corner. Oh, he's not going to get the line here. Carr is and shoots right by. Goodness grief. That difference in speed by jumping onto the table and off is insane. And Seth Carr barrel rolls and lands it. Loses his transfer spot as Holm goes back through. But at least he's still going. Chugging along. Now it's time for Braden Castellaneta, his teammate, to give him a little bit of a chase here as Holm nails the on-off quad. Pichon now leads from Lang, Brion, and then Holm, but now Brion just went down. Xander Brion down on the outside right there. Seth Carr, Sam Weigman all going to go by. Ethan Parks also going through as Braden Castellaneta finds his... Oh, and then we got more riders down. T-Lang is down. The 73 of Pichon is down. He gets up and gets taken down by the 80 machine. I don't know who that was. Sam Weigman. Sam Weigman, who is actually number 96, but using the number 80 bike here. What just happened? Okay, so Adam Holm leads from Braden Castellaneta, Seth Carr, and Tyler Lang. Ethan Parks is in the 5 spot. Oh, and now a mistake for Seth Carr allows Ethan Parks into the final transfer. No, actually, he's up to 3rd. Pichon is actually in the final transfer. It's changing like crazy, man. Anthony Pichon now on the bubble. Seth Carr right behind him. Uh-oh. Da-da. 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 Here comes Spencer Turley. He's up in 6th. Pichon still in the final spot. Can he hold off a charge from Seth Carr? Can he get Ethan Parks to go into 3rd? He's certainly thinking about it. And a rider is down at the end of the whoops. Is it our race leader? It is... No, someone off the track. And Pichon gets passed up by Seth Carr in the whoops. Just missed it. And now Parks, playing defensive mode, goes inside right here. Step on, step off quad. Actually opens that gap up a little bit. And now Seth Carr's got some breathing room as well. Castellaneta, Lang, Parks, and Carr are the transfer spots right now. Can Pichon, Brion, Weigman, Turley, can they get up here again? Look at Seth Carr, though. He is on a mission right now. And who's that? Picking it up from a crash. A lapper. Lapper's getting involved. Parks is just reserved to not go for the jump onto the table. And Seth Carr takes advantage. He's now into 3rd. White flag should be coming out this time by. Castellaneta does indeed take it out front. Lang 2nd, Carr 3rd, Parks 4th. Pichon trying to get there. Brion, Spencer Turley a little bit too far back now. Needs some help on this last lap. Oh no, Parks missed the rhythm. Here's Pichon. Oh, it's on. Transfer spot battle. Here we go. The 60 of Ethan Parks against the 73 Spink Honda of Anthony Pichon. Parks long on the tunnel, goes defensive to the inside in the sand. Stays defensive. All the way around the outside comes Pichon to get the spot and crosses up in front of him. So now Parks, does he try to make an aggressive block pass? He almost gets into the back of Pichon. Needs to get onto the table here. And he does, but he almost goes over the bars. Pichon's got to make it through the whoops clean. These guys are hopping. Pichon gets a little sideways, but he makes it. Look at how close Parks was in the end. Oh my goodness, that was a ride. Pichon to the main. Carr goes with him. Lang, and your winner was Braden Castellaneta. So let's remain steadfast here, see if penalties change it at all. It was 0.5 of a second, or half a second, between Parks and Pichon. We'll wait for those penalties to come in. Xander Brion. Spencer Turley misses out. D-Mills. Sam Weigman, Caleb Hall, Reno Brennan, Joey Arico, Chase Blakely, Caden Speck, Devin Davis, Adam Holm, Race Coble, J.R. Reyes, Reed Young, Jack Haley, Alex Heckman, Nick Niles, all going home early tonight. So, the dust settles. Who made it? Parks versus Pichon. Waiting for those cuts. One guy still circulating the racetrack as we speak. All right, here we go. Guys about to finish it up. Penalties are in, and it stays the exact same way. In fact, no cuts at all. Top positions up there. So, great racing. Unfortunately, Ethan Parks just short here tonight. All right, folks. This is the moment I think most of you guys have come here to watch. It is the first of 3 250 East-West showdowns coming at you here from Indianapolis. Let's take you guys through who's going to the line as the East clashes with the West for the first time in 2025. Jax Lindsay, Austin Partolo, Johnny Padani, Cole Betts, Wyatt Grant, Talon Zollers, Matt Cromie, Tom Quinault, Maverick Snyder, Cade Matherly, Ben Nerona, Ryan Pinkerton, Dylan Delaire, Cash Woods, Jackson Vick, Riley Hewen, Joseph Pilsner, Jet Holyhead, Jake Spieth, Tyler Show, Braden Tharp, and Hayden Stevenson make up your 22 rider field going 15 minutes plus a lap. Who have you got, honestly? Who have you got for this showdown? Because I don't have as good of a guess as probably all of you guys do. Deegan for the win. If I don't post your story again this week, I'm boycotting you harder than the fans are boycotting RC. Did I not already post your story? Whose story have I not gotten to? Let's see. If you tagged me, I'm pretty sure I reposted your story. We got the feet pics up in there. Reposted Jordan Newton. I don't know. Who have I missed? Got a Cade win pick. Arlo got his skin, so am I only missing one skin here tonight then? Oh, I'm missing Colin Allen's gear too, right? I was. And Nerona, I don't have any of his stuff either. Weird. EVP stuff. Some of it I have, some of it I don't. All right, here we go, folks. It is time for the East-West showdown here in MX Simulator. Who is going to get the whole shot? Who is going to win the Battle of the Coast right here, right now? 15 minutes plus a lap coming at you. Johnny Padani, he's fired up. He wants to win. He wants to get back up there. It's East versus West in Indianapolis. Here we go. Padani with a great start. It's going to lead him into turn number 1. The 35 machine to the outside, trying to get it. No, it's Hayden Stevenson. On the next is Kawasaki. Then he hits his head on the tunnel jump and goes down. What a change of events. Padani gets the lead early, but it's Jake Spieth out front. Spieth, Padani, Lindsay, Partolo, and Snyder, your 1 through 5 over the tunnel on lap number 1. Unbelievable. Hayden Stevenson hitting his head on the tunnel jump. No shot he thought that was going to happen, hitting that single jump that fast. Look at Spieth, though, on the charge at the front, trying to get away early. His teammate Austin Partolo going with him. It's a District 1-2. Now, can these two settle in like another day on the test track? As Spieth rides the rear wheel into the corner. No, they cannot. Partolo is down, and he's bringing some guys with him. That was Jax Lindsay. Going down into your living room there is Ryan Pinkerton. He hits the deck. Matherly just scooted by there on the 25. And look at this freight train. All right, so let's reset it now. It's Spieth from Maverick Snyder, Wyatt Grant, and Jackson Vick. 2, 3, 4 nose to tail right there. And now Cade Matherly's 5th. Matt Cromie up in the 6th spot. Tom Quinault 7th. Partolo 8th. Zollers 9th. Show 10th. Pilsner, Delaire, Woods, Lindsay, Hewen, Nerona, Holyhead, Stevenson, Padani, Betts, and then your 250 West points leader, Braden Tharp, in 21st place. Ryan Pinkerton is the only guy behind him. So a terrible night for the red plate holders all around the board. And Tharp has got his work cut out for him as Jax Lindsay slides out from this lead group. That puts Cade Matherly into 4th. Man, I just realized that my timers are still the timers that we had for our Triple Crown. So disregard the time, that is incorrect. Or basically, you have to add 3 minutes to it. So there is still 10 minutes and 41 seconds left of this race to go. I apologize. I always seem to miss that. Jake Spieth, though, man. 4.4 second lead. Fastest lap of the race at a 52.773 out front. Oh, you're right. Plus 5 minutes, Luke Chef. Thank you. I was thinking 12. The 12 is the 450 boys, which I will need to go change after this main event. Point situation in the showdown works just like a normal race. So even if you are a West rider, if you're the highest finishing West rider, but you finish 5th, you still only get 5th place points. You do not get first place points. So where you finish is the points that you earn towards the championship, which is why these are critical races in these championship fights. And Emmanuel Cepeda not being here for it is huge, as Cade Matherly now moves up onto a podium spot. And Matherly's looking to leave here as our 250 East points leader if all else stays status quo, especially Cepeda not in the main event. Matt Cromie hanging tough with them, might actually get a pass onto the podium, but then comes up short, still tries to go for it anyway, and Partillo reads that like a book, cuts underneath, and gets up alongside Cromie. Is he going to get the pass for 4th? Oh, Cromie rides the nose, pushes Partillo off the track. So Jackson Vick goes by, Joseph Pilsner also goes through, and here comes Wyatt Grant and Jax Lindsay. Those keeping tabs on your West points leader, Braden Tharp. He is still 17th right now. 17th. Your West points leader, 11 minutes still to go in this race. Haven't talked much about Joseph Pilsner. Number 76 ride here for Nexus Kawasaki, up inside of the top 5. Strong showing in this main event thus far. Let's see if he can stay with this lead group and maybe get up there, battle for a podium late if he's able to. It's really critical in these 250 races not to fall. A legs off crash is massively detrimental. And speaking of legs off, Jackson Vick down in the whoops out of 4th. And look at how close everyone still is 5 minutes into this race. He's going to go from 4th all the way back to 11th, maybe even 12th, as your whole shot winner Hayden Stevenson finally shows his face after hitting the tunnel. He is back there in the 12th spot. Oh, is that Partillo that just went down? Yes. Partillo down. There's Dylan Dallaire going by. 79 of Cash Woods. Also going to scoot by as Dallaire made a mistake. And here's Tharp bringing up caboose of this freight train right here. So really, Tharp is only 22 seconds off the race lead, which, yes, is a large number, but it sounds worse than it is. And he's going to get 2 spots right there. Cash Woods was down, as was Partillo. So now Tharp up into the 13 spot. But point being, Jake Spieth is just in the tunnel as Tharp is about to go into the second rhythm section after the start. I mean, that is only like 3 corners ahead that Jake Spieth is. Lap time check. Spieth 58.0 last time by. Maverick Snyder checked in at a 53.1. Let's go on board with the Covenant Honda rider and check out his perspective here of how this track is breaking down 6 minutes into this race. Yeah, Lee Simon, you absolutely can donate 8 cents. That would be awesome, man. Thank you. Donations are always appreciated, not necessary, but definitely does help out my case. I'm working like 7 jobs right now to pay the bills. So appreciate the support. Whatever you guys have, your leader is down. Jake Spieth front flips at the end of the whoops and stays up critically, but Maverick Snyder goes to the front. So Snyder out in the race lead of the showdown. And don't look now, but Cade Matherly's only 3 seconds back. As now Snyder, he's made a little mistake as Jake Spieth tightens it up. Snyder clips the tunnel. Spieth to the inside trying to get the lead back. Snyder says, no sirree, I'm going to shut that door. Different option lines here, double versus tripling in much faster if you can manage it, but that rut's getting dug out. Oh, Spieth, speaking of ruts, front wheel over the top of that one. And we are now at the halfway mark of this main event. And I'm sure all of you coming into tonight were like, yeah, Maverick Snyder versus Jake Spieth. That's the race we're about to watch here tonight. But that's what we got. Matherly still third, Matt Cromie fourth, and Joseph Pilsner rounds out the top five. Tyler Show in sixth. Tharp now into 10th, by the way. Hewen, Vic, Stevenson, Tharp rounds out your top 10 behind the riders we have on our screen here. Nothing really doing in terms of position battles just yet. But I think we got something brewing here. I think the Chrome Dog, Matt Cromie, inching closer now to our third place man, Cade Matherly. 52.8 last time by, 52.4 his best lap. And look at this, trying to jump up onto the table. Very lucky nose wheelie off the top of it. And you see Tyler Show, Joseph Pilsner getting passed up by Riley Hewen. Yes, Riley Hewen up into sixth. Oh, Matherly's down. Cade Matherly down out of fourth, goes back to seventh. What a interesting race this is turning out to be as Matt Cromie moves up into a podium spot once again. Snyder leads by 3 seconds, 53.8 versus 54.3 last time by. Was Jake Spieth his time closing that gap down? We'll go on board with Spieth now and see what it's like from his perspective. Perfect timing, Scott. Easy, just ask for it. A lot of different ways this race could go in the closing 6 minutes plus a lap. Again, disregard the timer at the top. That is 5 minutes ahead of time. I forgot to reset it from our Triple Crown clock. So even though time is about to expire up top, I can promise you we still got over 5 minutes of this race left to go. And Snyder just made a big mistake in this rhythm section, so Spieth close that gap down even more. It's now down to just a second. As you can see, Snyder just in front of him there. This is what it's like trying to close that gap down in that tricky triple into this rhythm section. Look at how deep some of these ruts are getting. Spieth is there. Let's see if he passes him. Snyder can jump right back to the inside, but it's not enough. Spieth back to the lead. Just in time for 10 minutes to have come and gone in this race. 5 minutes and a lap left to go. Spieth versus Snyder out front here in the showdown. It's not the Titanic Tharp versus Cepeda battle we may be expected to have, but it's a good one nonetheless. And now Spieth has got more breathing room as Maverick Snyder shoots by a lapped rider, but had a little bit of problems getting by. That would be the 38th ride of Ben Nerona, who's 22nd place. And I'm going to ask my guy iMoto in chat right now, didn't Jake Spieth win a race earlier this year, or am I tripping? Did he win a Triple Crown main? Might just be tripping. That's usually how it goes. No, he did not. He was leading something late then. I apologize that I'm drawing a blank on what it is. Looking sharp though now with 4 minutes and a lap still to go. It does appear Spieth is looking for his first win of the season. Snyder is not willing to let him go, though. Now it's Tyler Show up into the 3 spot. Hewen 4th, Matherly 5th. How about this charge by Braden Tharp, though? Incredible. He's not out of it for a podium spot just yet. 9 seconds off the podium, only 3 seconds back of 4th. As you can see, pretty much all of them right in front of you here. Matherly lays it down in the sand, and that's a 61 right there of Cromie down in the sand as well. Look at Hayden Stevenson pushing the envelope as well. Right next to Tharp. And right behind Matherly, Tharp still triples in here, and that's going to bite him. He lands on Matherly, who front flips out of it. Matherly front flips and stays on 2 wheels. Stevenson gets a freebie right there. Pilsner still holding on for a very strong top 5. And Riley Hewen now into 4th. P4 Riley Hewen. Tyler Show. Snyder is just trying as hard as he can to keep Spieth honest. But Spieth is just hitting his marks. He's also electing to go 2-3 and then table over single across the start here now, which Maverick Snyder looks like he's changed up his line too. And the whoops are getting chewed up a little bit more, but still clean runs there for Spieth. So is this going to be Jake Spieth's race to lose at this point? He has never won a 250 main event. And somehow, some way, it's races like this, the showdowns, but we always see potential first-time winners, which I think Maverick Snyder is as well, if I'm not mistaken, for our guy iMoto to also look that up. But memory serves me right, Snyder's been very good, but not quite race-winning speed in the past. So someone new looks like they're going to win. Spieth cases that triple in. That's going to be a little bit of lost time. Snyder's going to sense that opportunity. Gosh, he wants a triple in right there so bad. Just wants it. Just can't have it, though. You can't always get what you want. Spieth teetering through the whoops right there. Probably 3 to go. In fact, yes, definitely 3 laps to go. No wins for Snyder either. Thank you, iMoto. A little mistake in that rhythm section. Opens the gap back out to 3.7. So now the question is, who's nervous? Minute left on the clock. Your first main event win in sight if you're Jake Spieth, and also if you're Maverick Snyder. It's not over yet. Oh, Spieth is coming up short right there. Very lucky the rear end didn't step out more. Snyder looks smooth and consistent, but not quite fast enough to close him down. 40 seconds left on the clock. So this will be 2 to go this time by for Jake Spieth, which is now, for him, all about hitting the marks. This is the 2 laps for history. Go down in the books as a race winner in this series. Snyder is going to get onto the table cleanly where Spieth did not. A little bit of time gain, 2.6 now. Although Snyder jumps off the track momentarily, but he's going over the tunnel jump right behind him. Oh, that's not good. Jumps off the track. Now Spieth has a little bit more wiggle room once again, 4.4. That line right there that freaks me out. And then maybe the jumping up onto the table after the tunnel jump. But otherwise, I think he's good. The whoops have been clean. The rhythm section there has been very consistent. So here we go. Another run through the whoops. He's only got to do it one more time. White flag out in the showdown. Can Jake Spieth win his first ever 250 main event here in Race Factory Gaming competition? Over the table, 3 on, clean, and off. That part is done. Next up, double in, taking it easy. 2-3 there. It's all going to come down to crashing or not. Snyder is still sending, trying to get close. And this line is critical. Does he just maybe not even go for it? I wouldn't. Nope, he doesn't. 2, 2, 2. Safety line. And then 2 out of the corner here. So then 3. And then table over single onto the start. Clean. 1 more run in the whoops to go. Well, we thought it could be a surprise winner tonight here in Indianapolis for the showdown. How about it for Jake Spieth? First time winner, Jake Spieth wins the showdown here in Indianapolis. Maverick Snyder second, and Dallaire is down in third, battling it out. And Tharp is there. Riley Hewen versus Braden Tharp for third. Tharp to the outside, tries to get it done. Hewen defensive line, hangs on for P3. Tharp gets all the way back to third. Matherly rounds out the top 5. Dylan Dallaire 6th. Show 7th. Stevenson 8th. Pilsner ends up in P9. And Matt Cromie trying to hold off Padani to round out the top 10. Padani just swoops the outside and gets him. And Cromie doesn't get to the line. Cash Woods is down. Cole Betts is going to get a free 10th place right there, I think. No, 11th. And now Cromie trying to get hit over the line. Still is not over. And he is the last guy on the lead lap anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. He's going to end up 14th. Let's see if penalties change anything. Yes, Matherly. Wow, Tharp had a lot of cuts. Holy smokes, Tharp. 3.7 seconds of cuts. Tharp goes from finishing 4th in this race to 7th. Big change up right there. Matherly gets 4th in the end. Hewen, Snyder, and Jake Spieth your podium in the showdown. And indeed, I do believe your red plate holder in 250 East now is Cade Matherly. As we head into the break coming up after this. But then we'll be back on the other side of that with Birmingham, where he will hold those red plates. What a main event. Many congratulations to Jake Spieth on getting it done. And before I forget, I want to go ahead and head to my timers and make sure I got those set up correctly for 20 minutes now on this. And then we'll just fix the 250 timer while we're here, because we don't have a Triple Crown for a little while now, right? We've had 2. Next one is Pittsburgh? No. It's a dome race later in the season that is a Triple Crown. Drawing a blank on what it is, but something later. Oh, Dylan Delaire says Cade can say thanks to Jet Holyhead because he had the red plate, and then Jet Holyhead killed him on the last lap as a lapper. Sad. Sad how much lap traffic can come into play both in real life and obviously in MotoOption Supercross as well. Now there we go. The real BA64. That is a clean setup. He's got a Bogle jersey, a Hammaker jersey, and 2 really sick James Stewart jerseys. That Stu jersey is what? That'd be the Cowie years when he was still with Red Bull. So 08, 07. A lot of Fox logos on it for all his race wins. Very clean setup. I like that. Good stuff by the real BA. We already got Lee Simon stuff. Appreciate all you guys getting involved here. Support is always awesome from you guys. And now we get to roll into our 450 main event coming up next here. As we'll turn our 250 timer off and put our 450 graphic up. 450 main. Feels like an early night, honestly. I know it's like just past 8 right now here on the West Coast, but I feel like we're going to get through this 450 main before 8:30. We might have a clean 2-hour show tonight. Which is nice for me because I got to go pack. Get on a plane tomorrow. Birmingham's a Triple Crown. Oh. How did I not know that? Honestly, that's kind of gnarly. Outdoor stadium Triple Crown. Because if it rains, people are going to be pissed off. All right. It's time for round 9 of MotoOption Supercross, the 450 main event. Coming at you. Carter versus Eaglin. V29 probably at this point. Carter way inside. Eaglin middle gates there. He's got Luke Sullivan, Jacob Hubbard, John Heilman, and the rest right alongside of him. Here we go. 450 main from Indy. Tanner Rogers goes deep into turn 1 and hands it over to Braden Carter. Carter whole shots the main. Hubbard right with him in second. Eaglin trying to shoot into third, goes down. Oh, Carter's off the track. But everyone else stacked up behind him. And moving into second place is Ash Deering. So Carter went off the track and actually kind of gained an advantage by going off track, because everyone else was going down behind him. So it's Deering into second, Sully third, Parker fourth, and Hubbard now fifth. Wow, Eaglin went down in turn 2. He's in 20th. This is playing into the hands of Carter out front. who just looks fired up, man. He looks like the old Braden Carter is back. And it's stuff like this that just keeps happening, man. Good starts. And he leads the opening lap here. So can these guys go with him? Luke Sullivan takes over second place from Ash Deering. We also have race winner 78 of Jacob Hubbard is up here. Deering's going to get right back by Sully, though. Sully made a mistake in that rhythm section. 06 on the Stu jersey. Nice. Oh, look at Sully, though, over the tunnel. Deering comes up short. Woody Parker, Tanner Rogers. Oh, and down goes Deering. Everyone splitting lanes right there, and Seth Shirley got involved, I think. That was Shirley going down on the Yamaha. Still not used to him seeing him on this JIBR.co Yamaha, but there he is laying on the deck, and that's a bummer because he was up there as well. He was going to factor in for sure. Look at the chaos. What just happened right there? Hubbard got together with, I think, Bodie Parker. No, Bodie Parker's up in third now, so I don't know who Hubbard just went down with, someone on a Husky. And they went flipping and flying through the air. So, where is Eagland now? Colby Eagland, 15th place. As all this chaos continues to ensue, Sullivan still in the 2 spot, chasing Braden Carter. This is what Carter's MO has been. Oh, look at that. Out of the sand, doubling over. Clean run across the start. Clean triple, clean triple. Dude is unreal, honestly. This is insane how clean he's looking on these straightaways. Trying to wheelie that thing into the whoops. Don't want to piss this guy off, and I feel like he was pissed off after Arlington. Now he's fired up and trying to run away with this thing. 50.7 to a 51.3 out of Sully, 51.3 out of Bodie Parker, 51.4 out of Tanner Rogers. Balzer checks in at a 52.8. We'll see if with clean air if he can start running some good stuff. And then we look for some more of the big guys. There's Leclerc. There's Colby Eagland now showing his face in 13th. And he's going to kick himself for that early fall. You could just see it in the background of our stream there as he was going through turn 2. He was trying to get to the inside of that rolled off table and just tucked the front end and went down. Looked very much like Eli Tomac's crash at Anaheim 1 earlier this year. And it cost him dearly because he went from being right up there in 3rd or 4th to pretty much dead last. Now to fight with Tyler Lang trying to get into the top 10. Lang shuts the door on him. All right, let's see a Carter on board. I know that his FOV is a little bit more out than what my 90 is. I think he's like 100 or something. So let's see if we can get it as accurate as we can from Mr. Braden Carter. So here's what he's seeing out front. Obviously, the UIDs, the UI looks a little bit different. The HUD, not UID, looks a little bit different than what I got. But yeah, he's pretty much looking at the same thing you guys are right now, trying to lead this race. Able to get over the clean line right there. 50.6 last time by. He is feeling it. Look at that, wheeling over that, right up on top of the whoops. 5th gear, just tapping his way through, no problem. Step on, step off, quad. Did a 50.9 even with not getting onto that table clean. So I'm going to stick a whole lap here with him because I think this is about to be insane lap time if he puts this whole thing together. Track's wearing in nicely. It's still early in the race, so it's kind of smooth but fast. Look at this outside line. Now, he doesn't do it this time. Doesn't go over that single. Wheelies over. Triple. Triple. Little case, but still smooth. Triples in. Triples on. Off. Scrub single. Onto the start. Out of this one, and then checks up this time. Doesn't go for the wheelie over. Right up on top of the whoops. Right to this outside lip, turn down, scrub, and we got a 50.8. So 50.6, 50.9, 50.8. Just consistent as it gets out front. Bodie Parker moved into 2nd place, by the way, with a crash out of your reigning MX Simulator Playoffs champion, Luke Sullivan. He was in P2. He's now P5. So Parker gets a little bit of time to shine up here in the front. That is the lap traffic right there of Anthony Pachone already a lap down behind Bodie Parker. Tanner Rogers holding on to the 3 spot here for RPFFamMX.com. He's been pretty solid this year, like quietly so, hanging out in some good positions. Another podium potential right here as Sully gets together with Buttigny, and he and Balzer go down together. There is Shirley going back by. There is Heilman, T-Lang, Castellanetto, Jackson, Carr, Hubbard, Deering, and Eaglin. Wow, Eaglin 15th. Honestly, this kind of bums me out because even if Carter wins this race handily, whatever. Like, I just want Eaglin to keep it moderately close, but he's got a ton of work to do to even get back into a podium position right now. Nice pass right there on Ash Deering to get into 14th place. So 4th place is 17 seconds ahead of him, but to get all the way to 3rd, he's got to go almost 30 whole seconds now, which is kind of a lot. Not a math genius, but sometimes can count. Good fight here, Heilman and Luke Sullivan. Heilman found a trampoline right there and goes down. Loses a couple spots. T-Lang, Sully, and Shirley, the JIBR.co teammates, are 6, 7, 8 on the track right now. Enzo Buttigny is rounding out our top 5. He and Balzer kind of teaming up a little bit. Little Euro connection. Look at Balzer. Quad. That is huge right there. I'm going to stick with him. Let's just watch this third-person lap with Rasmus Balzer because I feel like this lap is about to be insane in the membrane. No brain, I'm going insane. Triple very cleanly. I think that quad at the start is really the catalyst though. Look at how clean he triples in there. I mean, so fast over the table. Almost all the way into the berm over here. And then soaks this up right up on top of the whoops. 5th gear, just tap. Really fast, carrying speed through this corner. And wow, a 50.1. Pretty much just watch that whole thing. New fastest lap of the race, still going quad around the outside. That line's probably getting a little bit more doable as well as he's out there. So coming up to the halfway point of this race, and I will say this about Braden Carter, who continues to lead. He's got a good 8-second lead. It is nice. It's healthy. He's not gone by any stretch of the imagination, because if you have one, as we call it, fall-off crash or legs-off crash, he will not be in the lead anymore. That would be Bodie Parker that would take over the race lead. So if you're Carter here, you still got to hit your marks. You got to be very methodical getting through lap traffic. Balzer 50.1 again, I think. Did he just run another one? No, sorry, 53.2 this time by. There's Carter's line over that single jump in the sand. Yeah, it's only 8 seconds now. Still between, well, nope. Now I say that, Parker just went down. So Parker now 17 seconds back as Balzer takes over 3rd place. We got a fight for 3rd going on, though. Seth Shirley has charged up there. He did a 50.8 last time by. No slouch on speed, and he just muscles Balzer out of the way to move into 3rd. Seth Shirley has not been thrilled with his results of late, in part due to just some, circumstances that are in his control and some out of his control. Being involved in weird crashes, things going on. Now jumps to a new team, and like Braden Carter, trying to find some pretty immediate success and get on the box here. Maybe even have a shot at getting into 2nd place here before long, because he is caught up to the rear fender of Bodie Parker on the 29. As the Yogi Designs Husqvarna right there of Bodie Parker. Inside for Seth Shirley. Let's see if he makes this work. He's going to try to double and then hook that inside rut to double again. So just trying to take the short line around that sand section, but not able to make the pass just yet. Neither of them get the prime triple in, triple on line right there. Parker defending very well here, has to be said, to this position, but goes down out of second, and Shirley takes over. And that's heartbreak for Parker because Enzo Buttigni and Luke Sullivan are also going to go by into third and fourth. So not only does he lose second, loses the podium spot as well. Oh, Buttigni. Woo, Luke Sullivan almost landed on Enzo Buttigni. This is a fight for third on your screen. The Impact Honda versus the JIBR.co Yamaha. Buttigni's been on screen a lot tonight, man. He's been a fiery competitor in this race. Now we're starting to see guys try to go out of that main rut in the corner. Low line it. Machine getting out of the way right there. Or, excuse me, the 40. 46. F-Move didn't make the main. Garrett Hollenbeck did, though, and he is 4 laps down right now in 22nd place. Buttigni gets away just a little bit right there as Sully went over actually a little bit on the over table, trying to do the 3 onto the table after that. Meanwhile, Braden Carter is deep in lap traffic, and by deep I mean he is about to get into the top 10, which is insane 12 minutes into the race. But yeah, right in front of him right there, 28 of Frank Jackson, who is in 11th. It's not like Frank Jackson's having a bad race, and I'll tell you who's really going to be bummed to see Braden Carter put him a lap down is that 24 machine of Colby Eaglin. These two should be fighting for a championship here tonight in Indianapolis, and instead Eaglin is just going to be replaying that front tuck going into turn 2 for the rest of his evening as he gets put a lap down by Braden Carter. 29-second lead. The beast has been awoken. I don't know if it's just dealing with his own team that was too much drama, or just having a bad night in Arlington just pissed him off, or what. I don't know what, but something happened and Braden Carter is so back right now, man. I don't know, look up JIBR.co and you can just check out the website, see what it is. I don't know what it is either. Maybe we can all do some market research after this race, shall we? Definitely the front fender. If I had to think of 9 reasons why Braden Carter wasn't going fast before, I'd say at least one of them was his own head, but the other 8 are definitely the front fender. High in that rut, but otherwise pretty damn flawless. There's Shirley, there's Buttigni, there's Sullivan. 2, 3, 4 still running nose to tail here. This is a good fight. See who gets on the box. JIBR.co Yamaha's having a pretty good night with T-Lane running 6th as well. Normally it's all the district boys just cruising and gaggle them up front, but not tonight. Buttigni's riding very well here in the 3 spot, and slowly losing touch with them now. Buttigni actually kind of closing back up on Shirley instead. So they have all kind of separated ever so slightly, but Buttigni looks like he's trying to focus forward still. 49.8 out of Seth Shirley last time by. The 49.7 out of Jeremy Siebold is the fastest lap of the race. He's P17. 67 Racing says, are you going to stream MX Bikes? I've said this a lot of times on the stream, but I always try to repeat it for any new players here or whatever. We do stream MX Bikes in the off-season with the AOMX Championship boys, so shout out to them. They'll have another championship coming up in the off-season. But me, myself, Kellen Brower, I work in the media for Real Supercross and Motocross. And 9 times out of 10, I'm at a race when the races are going on, which means ARL, they always run Friday. The NA series runs Friday night. Daytime, the EU stuff runs in the middle of the day. Doesn't matter, though. I am getting on a plane tomorrow, for example, to go to Indianapolis on a Thursday. And then I'll be in Indy all day long on Friday, shooting press day for Swap Moto Live, doing this cool influencer event for Start Your Systems, doing some interviews for LeBig. Yeah, so I don't even have free time when I'm at the races to stop and stream bikes, but I'm also not home, which means I don't have like my whole computer set up and all that stuff that I would normally have to be able to stream. So I wish I could. I really wish that bikes racing was like Tuesday night, and I would certainly have a hard look at, you know, doing the ARL streams and stuff like that, or even doing EU. But the time of the week that it is and the day that it's on is just literally impossible for me and the field of work that I'm in. So I'm bummed by it. I wish I could. Honestly, I wish I could employ the guys that do stream the bikes championships on the SYS TV side, so we could have all moto esport competitions kind of in one spot. But right now I don't have the funds available to do that, so it's not in the budget just yet. So we watched Shirley there for a little bit. He gained some time. He's only 21 seconds back on Carter, who did have a fall and went down. And Carter's still just kind of hanging out with lap traffic. He's got former teammate Alexis Leclerc right behind him, who is in 10th. And former teammate Frank Jackson in 9th right in front of him, obviously trying to put them a lap down. There's Bodie Parker as well on the 29, who was in second place behind Carter for a lot of this race and is about to be lapped. Rasmus Balzer just got lapped. How far up is Carter going to lap? I mean, it's not impossible. He laps the whole field. It's Bodie Parker. Next up would be Frank Jackson, who's just been in front of him the whole time. And Jackson's now 7th, by the way. Does he adhere to the blue flags? No, he's not. And Bodie Parker is ready to start ignoring them as well for a chance to go with Frank Jackson. Carter triples in, triples on, and gets away scot-free from those guys. I think feasibly he could lap T-Lang in 6th, but I don't know that he's getting to the top 5. He's got to go another 20-some-odd seconds to get to where Luke Sullivan is on the track. Well, not really like it's that far away, but he does have to go up there pretty much 2 turns away from him. And there's only less than 2 minutes to go. So getting down to the nitty-gritty of this one, and it's a bummer because if we had seen Seth Shirley, Colby Eaglin all start up there, I want to see what those guys could do with a start against Carter. But to be honest, it might not matter at all anyway. Carter has been amazing since jumping over to District Designs 2 weeks ago now at this point, and he's about to go on one of those streaks, it seems, where he just, the wins start coming to him easy, just does the business and walks away with what would be a 5th MotoOption Supercross title in a row. Unprecedented. No one had ever won 3 of these things in a row. He did that, and he won a 4th in a row last year. Now he's leading the championship, looking for a 5-peat. Although he's down right now, so he's not going to lap the whole field for sure. But curious now whether or not he makes it back to the flag before time expires. It's going to be pretty close. I don't think Carter is going to get protested off the start by just going off the track there for like a couple feet, because he was already in front of everyone. So I wouldn't say he would get protested. But I don't know, man. People protest for some weird things in this game, so you never really know. How many championships does Tyson have? Well, Tyson has 4 Supercross titles. 2012, 2013, 2016, 2017. But he also has that cheeky 1 outdoor title in 2012 as well, which Braden Carter does not have. So he has more titles than Carter. And yes, Carter is really lapping Leclerc, and I mean, they just went past the 20-minute mark. So the white flag is waving, 15-second lead. And honestly, credit where credit is due, because Seth Shirley charged really hard to get back into second place and sits still just 2 turns back of Braden Carter, so he didn't let him just completely walk away necessarily. But this is pretty much a walk away. This is what he does, and this is what has made him a multi-time champion, the winningest Supercross rider in MX Simulator history. He's about to add another one to the tally. I think this would be number 34 on his list, or would it be number 33? I don't know. iMoto will tell me. And let his old buddy Tanner Rogers get a free pass there, and Rogers folds up on the last lap and goes down. Indianapolis, let's hear it. Braden Carter takes it here tonight in Indy. His 5th win of the season. Seth Shirley charged the whole way through and will get second, 13 seconds down. And Jacob Hubbard, how about a podium for old Hubbo here as he gets up into third here in the closing stages of this. And Hubbard ends up P3. Luke Sullivan, strong ride for him. He'll end up in 4th. And T-Lang makes it a JIBR.co 245 tonight. He rounds out the top 5. Boutigny 6th. Frank Jackson 7th. Balzer 8th. Bodie Parker 9th. Nope, Leclerc 9th actually. Leclerc's going to get him. And Bodie Parker picks it up in 10th. Rogers a lap down 11th. This is the crusher right here. Colby Eagland 15th. And it goes from pretty close championship to suddenly not really that close at all in the blink of an eye. And that is super unfortunate, honestly, with Colby Eagland having a bad night. But that's how we run the races. You just never know what's going to happen. But somehow, some way, this gentleman right here always seems to be inevitable. Your 2025 Indianapolis Supercross winner, Braden Carter. And that is that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Round number 9 of the 2025 MotoOption Supercross Championship is behind us here from Indianapolis. As a reminder, an off week coming up next week. So next Wednesday night, there is no race. There's a break between Indianapolis and Birmingham on the real schedule that the Race Factory Gaming crew also adheres to. So no Birmingham next week. We'll be back on March 19th for the Birmingham Supercross. So hopefully you guys will join us and tune in for that. I know it's a long ways to wait, but it'll be well worth it. And we'll finish off the second half of this championship when we come back. Big thanks, everybody, for tuning in tonight. I really appreciate the support. All the people that subbed up, followed on the Twitch side, followed on the YouTube side. It's amazing the support that continues to pour in, and this is why we do it, man. It's people like you guys continuing to show up and watch these races. So hopefully you enjoyed the stream, and we'll see you guys in a couple weeks for sure. Shout out RaceFactorGaming.com, Race Factor Gaming track crew for all the work they do. MotoOption Clothing backing the series as long as they have, and all the sponsors that are associated with Race Factor Gaming as well. We thank you guys as well for all the support. That's going to do it for Indianapolis. 2 weeks off, and we'll be back here in Birmingham. Same time, same place on March 19th. Hope to see you guys then. For now, I'm going to send you guys on your way. Hope you had a good night watching this stream, and we'll see you guys next time. So long for now.
So do we have like a docking system? Like if a dude goes around...
Oh yeah.